Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Marking Out for Wrestling. As you all know, I am your host, Nate, and you are watching Marking Out for Wrestling. Now, as you all know, this is Mark. However, our topic today, we have a variety of different topics, and some of them are controversial in the terms of the IWC fans might not agree with me. But if you're new to this channel, you wouldn't know that I don't care. We can debate in the comments. We could debate on Instagram. We can debate on the show, maybe. But other than that, I do not care. I don't. Now, if you end up changing my minds while we're debating, I will openly admit that my mind has changed. And I will admit that I was either wrong or I would admit that you have changed my mind. However, right now I'm sticking to these topics and sticking to my opinions. However, our first topic we are going to talk about is Daniel Garcia to WWE. Now, this one's pretty controversial because I've seen a lot of love from Daniel Garcia fans, AEW fans, WWE fans even. Okay, now, not saying that Daniel Garcia isn't good in the ring. I've never watched one of his matches. However, fans are making it seem like he's good. And so, just looking at him, not even watching his matches, I can see I don't think he fits WWE. He could possibly fix NXT. But what are you going to NXT for? NXT is a developmental brand. Oh my God, that word always gets me when I try to talk fast while saying it. But what are you going there for? I get it. You can go there, get your fame, in WWE, have the WWE fans get to know you better. However, you are going to NXT to eventually go to the main roster, go to SmackDown or Raw. Can you see somebody like Daniel Garcia beating a Roman Reigns, beating a Bobby Lashley, beating even a Sami Zayn? Can you see those people? Daniel Garcia beating those people? No, I can't. That's for sure. I don't think he fits WWE. Yeah, he can go to WWE, but I don't think he's gonna, do well on the main roster. He's not gonna get to the main roster even. And if he does, it's gonna be a whole nother situation with, a lot of these stars who went to the main roster not having any plans. It is. Now, we could talk about Bryan Danielson all we want. We could talk about Sami Zayn all we want, all these small wrestlers. But they are different. I can see somebody like Sami Zayn eventually, after a 20-minute absolutely awesome match, getting adrenaline from the fans and beating Roman Reigns. Bryan Danielson, I can see him getting adrenaline from the fans after a 20-minute absolute battle, beating Roman Reigns. Daniel Garcia, I cannot see that. I am sorry, but I can't. I can't. Now, I might watch a couple of his matches and, maybe change my mind. However, right now, I cannot see that. And he returned to AEW, so I don't know what's happening. I thought he re-signed signed a new contract. But I seen reports after he debuted or after he returned that he still hasn't signed a new contract and he's still interested in maybe going to WWE. That's crazy. Now, Daniel Garcia, if he ends up going to WWE, he should definitely go to NXT because, first things first, I don't know him. None of the WWE fans know him except for maybe a few NXT fans. Because NXT, the style in NXT is a little bit like AEW. Except there's more storytelling. But WWE, the main roster fans, they you know, fans that stay at home might not know him. But the fans that go to the show will not. He will not get a pop if he goes to WWE. He might get a pop in NXT, but not in WWE or not in Raw or SmackDown or a PLE, which he's definitely not debuting in if he ends up coming to WWE. But yeah, I don't think he fits WWE, you know? And I don't think they should offer him a whole lot of money. Now, I think he's just a waste of money. If we're looking at for the future of WWE, he's a waste of money because we are getting superstars to build WWE. Excuse me. Daniel Garcia is not building the WWE. No matter how big he gets in his future in the WWE, he is not building them up. So that's my thoughts on that. Those are my thoughts on that, on Daniel Garcia going to WWE. I don't think he fits it well. I don't. And you could hate me all you want. You could debate with me in the comments, but I don't. I might watch his matches and I will decide whether, he fits the WWE or not. But our next topic is Bryan Danielson, quote unquote, hates the WWE. Now, as we all know, Bryan Danielson ended up in a interview where he said that he doesn't even want to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. He doesn't want to get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, why is it? Is it because he thinks the Hall of Fame doesn't mean anything? Why? He doesn't get anything from the WWE Hall of Fame? Or is it because he straight up doesn't want to go to WWE? Because in his interview, he said he just wants to be free when he retires. You can be free. There are not WWE wrestlers or, these legends signing a WWE contract to get inducted. They're not. They're just getting inducted. All you have to do is show up. So, I don't know. Maybe his opinion might change in the future, but Bryan Danielson for sure, even though I don't see him as a WWE guy, I've never seen him as a WWE guy because I feel like all he just wants to do is wrestle. He'll wrestle in AEW, he'll wrestle in Ring of Honor, he'll wrestle in TNA, he'll wrestle in WWE. So I think, he doesn't diss wrestling companies, he doesn't mention, wrestling companies and take shots at them. He doesn't do that because I think he doesn't do it because he doesn't want to burn bridges, but he just doesn't feel the need to do that. I think he just, wants to wrestle. That's all he wants to do. So, but I could always see I always saw Bryan Danielson and coming to the WWE when his career is done, or at least making some sort of appearance. But what it looks like is he doesn't want to do that. And it's very unfortunate. It is. Because there are still matches in the WWE that I would like to see. Bryan Danielson versus Gunther. Imagine that match. Bryan Danielson is the best wrestler right now. Once he retires, it's going to be Gunther. I think Roman Reigns and Bryan Danielson need to run it back. His last match, Roman Reigns' last match, was awesome with Bryan Danielson. The one where he's banned from SmackDown. I remember reading the headline saying that his contract is expiring. Once I read that, I was like, oh man, a shame, And then once I saw Roman Reigns saying if he beats him, he's banned from SmackDown, I was like, oh yeah, he's gone. Bryan Danielson is gone from the WWE. A lot of fans were saying I don't think this was necessarily out like that. I only read it from a few places. I don't think it was out like this news was out like that. So a lot of fans were saying, he's gonna resign or he'll just get beat and go to Raw. That's what fans were saying, but no, he ended up, completely leaving the WWE, which, it was sad. I'll be honest. I did like Bryan Danielson. I still do. So, but I also liked him in WWE. That storyline with Roman Reigns was amazing. His WrestleMania match was amazing. But that is enough of that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our next topic is nostalgia. WWE. Now, I'm about to put an image up on the screen, and this is exactly what I think WWE is going to be like in 2025. And I think it should. I don't mind it either, but here it is. 2011 WWE will be in 2025. I know that was sort of in the beginning. However, it was The Rock, The Miz and R-Truth. It was Cody Rhodes back in the WWE. Everybody was back in the WWE. Now, I think it's really going to be 2011 or quote unquote nostalgia WWE because I believe John Cena will be getting a world title or shot. Not even shot. But he will be winning a world title. He will be up every week on Raw or SmackDown. I think it's going to be Raw. But also, we have Cody Rhodes. I think, and I don't mind if CM Punk beats him for the WWE title. I don't mind. Or even Randy Orton. If Randy Orton ends up winning the Royal Rumble. If Randy Orton wins the Royal Rumble and we have John Cena versus Randy Orton for a WWE title, I don't mind that at all. The Rock is coming back. If they do that match, I don't think they should. They should just do The Rock versus Roman Reigns. However, if they do that match, Cody Rhodes versus The Rock could possibly beat Cody. I don't mind that either. As long as The Rock is showing up every week. As long as he's showing up every week. But if he just beats him and doesn't do anything with it, I don't want that idea to happen. I don't like it. But I don't mind if these stars are on top. These wrestlers that were on top in 2011 are on top now, like CM Punk, for example. Because what does that do for the younger stars? That elevates them. That elevates them for 2026. So they could just take over the WWE completely. Completely. Roman Reigns is in his own storyline. Just like, not 2011 necessarily, but like 2018, 2017, when he didn't have a title and he was just in storylines. Could you imagine past 2020? Roman Reigns without a WWE championship and active in the WWE? I couldn't. But now we will get that in 2025. We will. I don't mind The Miz becoming Intercontinental Champion. Because, again, what does that do for these young wrestlers? They have time. They have a whole year to build up these wrestlers. Austin Theory can face John Cena. A lot of these young wrestlers can face John Cena. They could either beat him or lose to him. But a lot of these young wrestlers could beat John Cena. But I don't mind 2025 being a nostalgia year of WWE. Throwback to 2011 of WWE. Speaking of a throwback to WWE, a retrospect of WWE, a nostalgia of WWE. We are talking about the Attitude Era versus now. Now, listen. A lot of fans have been saying that now's WWE is way better than the Attitude Era, or it's better than the Attitude Era, or it's the same as the Attitude Era. Now, that is something I don't agree with. That is something I don't agree with. Because I think WWE are just now passing the Ruthless Aggression Era. I had to look that up, so there was probably a little cut, but Ruthless Aggression Era. They're just now passing the Ruthless Aggression Era. I know a lot of you guys won't like that. However, they are. It is a fact. They are just now passing the Ruthless Aggression Era. And the Attitude Era was way better than the Ruthless Aggression Era. It was. So, I don't think that they are up there yet. On top of that, how many big stars do we have in the Attitude Era? I mean, come on. There were game changers. And now we have Roman Reigns, who's a bigger game changer than Cody Rhodes as a part-timer. And Cody Rhodes, the one who's supposed to be the game changer, is not a game changer. So, let's be honest. The Attitude Era is better. And this is coming from somebody who wasn't there during the Attitude Era and is just watching it back. There is recency bias in people's opinions when it comes to then versus now. And I'm somebody who grew up during now, or not grew up, but watching WWE during now. So you think I might say now, but no, I definitely say Attitude Era. And first of all, we're calling it the Renaissance Era because I don't know why Stephanie McMahon and now WWE are pushing it to be the Paul Levesque Era. First of all, why are we naming an era after the boss, the create? Like, this just shows how kayfabe is absolutely dead. Why are we naming an era after the head of creative, the one behind this all? This just shows how kayfabe is dead. Kayfabe, I hate, everybody knows wrestling is predetermined, wrestling is scripted, whatever. But don't just give it away now. Don't just, all right, everybody knows, okay, let's do this. They had a whole documentary on The Rock and Cody Rhodes, a whole backstory about that. Not saying I don't like to see backstage things. However, just keep it away as much as you can. I don't like that. But that's another story for another time. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the Attitude Era is way better than now. However, let's see what topics we have left. Okay, let's get into this one right now. Nope. That's the main event. But Rikishi. I had Ricochet and Rikishi. But Rikishi on Jey Uso. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Rikishi has his own little podcast or whatever, where he criticizes WWE on Jey Uso, on Jacob Fatu, on not Solo Sikoa, but Jimmy Uso. Why? What are you doing? Why? I've criticized WWE's booking on Jey Uso that they should have given him a title way before, but come on. You are his father. You worked in WWE at some point. Just leave it alone. Because not only are you criticizing their booking of him, but you are suggesting he should go to the opposition? Are you serious? That's what got me heated. He said that Jey Uso should go to AEW. Do you think AEW are taking Jey Uso and doing good with him? I don't. I don't. I don't think they would do any good with him. I don't even think AEW would sign Jey Uso. Jey Uso is a big star by himself. But if AEW were to try to sign Jey Uso, I think they would sign both of the Usos together. This is nonsense. Why is Rikishi talking about this? It's just dumb. At this point, he's just running his mouth. I get it. It's your son, but come on. You got to understand. You got to look at it from a business perspective. You got to look at it as, there's other top stars as well. There's other top stars as well. And you're just, I don't get it. I think he needs to close his mouth and just be patient. Now, I'm tired of being patient as well, but come on. Suggesting that he should go to AEW? Are you kidding me? Like, what? Obviously, he's enjoying his run in WWE because Jey Uso's at a point in his career where it might not seem like it, but he can go to Triple H and say, yo, all right, come on. Y'all gotta, speed. If y'all gonna do something with me, you gotta speed it up. But at least he's on the card. At least he's on the card in the main event of Raws, in the main event of SmackDowns. I know he's not on SmackDown right now, but I'm pretty sure he main evented Backlash. I'll have to fact check that, but I'm pretty sure he main evented Backlash. So I don't understand it. I don't. I think he should just close his mouth, relax, be patient. Jey Uso obviously doesn't have a problem with it, so he shouldn't. Then I heard him saying something about Jacob Fatu. Now I'm going to. Oh, and my phone just fell. But I don't have. I forgot to pull up X. But I think I do have it on X right now, so I'm going to look at this. Okay, I can't find it, however. He said something. Oh, speaking of Rikishi, he put up a post on X. Dear God, for strength and health to continue. Hashtag Jimmy Uso. Hashtag WWE. Hashtag Bloodline. Hashtag NOI. Hashtag Fatu. Stay prayed for my boy, Jonathan Fatu. What is going on? Because I seen a post, earlier, and I was trying to find, I ended up forgetting, but I was trying to find something, what happened with Jimmy Uso. But it said that people close to him said that he's okay. So I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe something is wrong with him. Who knows? If there's something wrong, I'm sending my prayers, But maybe there is something wrong with him. Live on air, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah. I just think he needs to relax, close his mouth, But I don't know what that post was all about. However, if, something is wrong with Jimmy Uso, I am sending my prayers. However, we have Sami Zayn's career. How I would book Sami Zayn's career. Now, I know this is the main event, so it's, a little shocking. Or this is not the main event, so it's a little shocking. However, this is not the main event because I'm not going into every single detail about Sami Zayn's career, how I would book Sami Zayn's career. However, we have the rest of his career. This is not every single part, but this is our little, little peaks, and this is I did this because right now they're doing something with Sami Zayn where he's going after the world title. Why he was just teasing something with Jey Uso, so I don't understand. However, this is what I would do. I would have him win tag team gold with Jey Uso. Win the tag team gold. Why would they go away from that? That would have fed families. That is way better than putting another loss on Sammy's record. Putting another loss on Jay's record. I don't get it. I would have him win the tag team gold with Jey Uso. Lose it eventually, close to Survivor Series, because that is when he's going to reunite with the Bloodline. They are going to I would have them get Jey Uso first, Then a couple weeks go by. He has, Jey Uso has somebody. Then at Survivor Series itself, they come into the match by themselves, Then it's like everybody's in the ring. They start fighting. And it's booked like a handicap match. 5v4. With the Bloodline 2.0 versus OG Bloodline. And then Sami Zayn's music hits. Worlds Apart. I think that's his song. But Sami Zayn's theme song hits. That happens. They end up winning. Then he reunites with Kevin Owens. I would have him reunite with Kevin Owens. Then I would have him turn on Kevin Owens. Every single time they have been a tag team, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Who was the one to turn? It was Kevin Owens. Let's make it Sami Zayn. And let's not make it one of those heel turns with Sami Zayn where it was, conspiracy theory, blah, blah, blah. And then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn fight at WrestleMania, and it wasn't really taken serious as a betrayal thing, as a betrayal storyline. It wasn't. It was taken as it was just a normal match. Just a normal good match. Not saying a normal match on Raw and SmackDown, but a normal good match. That's exactly how I think it was taken. I don't like it either. I don't. So I think this storyline needs to be taken as a betrayal storyline. As a best friend betrays his best friend. Kevin Owens has been the only one to betray Sami Zayn. So now it's Sami's turn. It is. Now I would have him take a break. Once they have their little match, have him take a break, because if you think about it from the Bloodline storyline all the way to now when I would say this is all taking place, and then when I'm booking this, that's a long time. That is a long time he's been putting his work in for WWE to not even get a world title. Now, I would have him stay put until maybe, I would have that match happen at WrestleMania, but I would have him stay put to like maybe Money in the Bank. I would have him win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Have him hold it for a very long time. Maybe towards the end of the year. Not Damian Priest long time, however. Have him cash in. Have there be an electric match. An electrifying match. On a PLE. On Raw. On SmackDown. But it must be electrifying. Absolutely electrifying. An awesome match. An awesome match. Don't do it after the match is over. Do the cash in while the match is happening. That is a bigger moment. I am telling you right now, with Sami Zayn as the underdog, that's a bigger moment. Have Sami Zayn running, cash in the match, cash in. He's having the match, blah blah blah. Have it last like 5 more minutes after he cashes in, and have him win. That is a big moment. Have it be in the main event of a PLE, main event of a Raw, main event of a SmackDown. Next, he wins the world title. Then he needs a John Cena match for sure. I think they have faced in the past. I don't remember. As you all know, I am a new fan to this. Not new, but about 3 years. So I don't know if he did have a match with John Cena. I'm pretty sure he did. However, have him have a John Cena match now in John Cena's retirement tour. That would be a big moment for anybody that has a match with John Cena in 2025. Then, I didn't add this to my list, but have him win another world title by himself, without a cash-in, but just straight up by himself. I didn't determine if he should win a Royal Rumble in his career yet. I don't know. I'm looking down the line of these, big stars or these past stars or these future stars coming up and looking to see who would win the couple years of Royal Rumbles, and I think that is full and not, no room for him to win. However, maybe I change my mind in the future, but I think he needs to win a world title clean as well. Clean. It would really do good for him. But ladies and gentlemen, that is Sami Zayn's career. Now solo in the WWE. I know that doesn't really make sense, but only in the WWE. I'm not saying he can't go to AEW. I hate AEW. I absolutely despise AEW. But not saying he can't go to AEW. Not saying he can't go to TNA. However, that's what I would do. But that is the co-main event. Ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the evening. We have my hatred for Pat McAfee. Now, I don't hate Pat McAfee, but I'm not the biggest fan of Pat McAfee. And I will tell you why. Now, when he first came into WWE, 2000, 2021? 2020, 2021, late 2020, early 2021, whatever, whenever he came into the WWE. But listen, he was cool. I absolutely loved him. First of all, this is the thing I miss about the pandemic era. My name is Rick Boogs, and I came to rock with the one and only King Nakamura. That was fun. And I absolutely loved that. Now, obviously, I know that could not have gone forever. Eventually, it's like, all right, Rick Boogs is going to get tired of, introducing Shinsuke Nakamura only in his career when he's this big, jacked dude, So, obviously, I wouldn't have loved that to go on forever. I wouldn't have had that go on forever either if I was the booker. However, Pat McAfee standing on the table dancing around, that was fun. That was. Then it was, it was closer to when the fans came back, I would say, because it's all right. That was the closest thing we got to fans being entertaining, fans, cheering and stuff was Pat McAfee dancing on the commentary tables. Now we have the fans. And then even his commentary started getting annoying. I'll be honest. Michael Cole does his legendary commentating when Roman Reigns, when his theme song hits, when Roman Reigns is walking to the ring and there's the beat, to Roman Reigns' theme song. And as a certain beat goes on in his theme song, Michael Cole, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Daniel Bryan, Edge, Drew McIntyre, listing the amount of people Roman Reigns has, beat for the title while his theme song is going on. And what do we have? What do we have, ladies and gentlemen? We have Pat McAfee. After every single announcement or person, Michael Cole says, what? 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 Even the fans are getting tired of the fans in the audience chanting what? After we get done of a European PLE and then we go back to the USA. What? Man, I absolutely hated that. I did see, a clip a couple weeks ago of Michael Cole doing that, announcing for Roman Reigns, and Pat McAfee just saying, what? Absolutely ruins it. I hated that so much. But, I did like the little moment where Shinsuke turned heel and Pat McAfee wasn't in WWE for a while because he had the football thing to do. And, Pat McAfee was in there for a while, and Shinsuke ended up turning heel while he was away. And Shinsuke's music hit, and Pat McAfee tried to dance on the table. And then Michael Cole was just like, Pat, I don't think he wouldn't like that no more. Things have changed around here. So I did like that. However, other than that, I don't think he's very good for the WWE now, especially since he goes away during a certain time every year for the WWE. So I would get rid of him. I would, to be honest. I would get rid of him. And it's a shame to say because I did like Pat McAfee in the pandemic era. But it's a new era. Renaissance era. Not the Paul Levesque era. It is a new era. So I would get rid of Pat McAfee, especially he goes away a certain time for his football thing. So, it's a shame to say. It is. But that is what I have to say about Pat McAfee. And also, what got me heated is about the WWE 2K 24, 25, 24 is that his friends are in the game, and not even NXT superstars are in the game. And what does Pat McAfee respond with? Not only trolling, but he has his friends on the podcast are saying, fans are getting mad because, they want nobody, people that nobody even see to be in the game instead. What? They're more known than you? The DLC pack is literally called Pat McAfee and Friends. Like, what? I don't understand. Like, come on. I think Pat McAfee should have been punished for that. I think he should have. I don't care if he wasn't the one that said it, but he should have been punished for that because he was laughing along with them. Because let's not forget where Pat McAfee was in the beginning of his WWE career. He was in NXT. He was in NXT. His friend, Adam Cole, was in NXT. And he has the nerve to laugh with his friends talking about, a bunch of nobodies in NXT. Like, what? I would have definitely, if I was, the boss, I would have definitely took Pat McAfee, had him, go all the way to Orlando, have him apologize to the whole NXT roster, for on his friend's behalf, because that's just, what are you doing? And I would definitely take him away because what happens when those superstars come to the main roster? What happens? What happens? What if they want to say something to you? Like, yo, what was this all about? I don't understand. I didn't like that at all. So I do think Pat McAfee should have taken some type of punishment, even though you guys might not agree. It was, his friend's fault for saying that in the first place. However, I don't care. I think Pat McAfee should have been punished for that. However, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for marking out for wrestling with me, with your host, Nate. And as you all know, if there was anything controversial that I said, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know on my Instagram down in the description. Let me know so we can debate. Maybe you could, smarten me up. Have me change my mind. Have me come on this show and say, hey, this is what I thought when I started recording this podcast. But now, after a debate with insert name of person, I changed my mind. So, let me know. Let me know if there was anything controversial that I said on this podcast. Let me know if anything you don't agree with. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nate, your host. This right here is Mark, and I am out. Thank you for marking out with me.